Ladies and gentlemen, a word from your governor.
There's a big problem across our state and around the country. And if it's happened to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's catalytic converter theft. It's part of that exhaust system on your car, and it's full of valuable materials that thieves can resell to unscrupulous brokers. By some studies, catalytic converter theft has increased some tenfold, 10x, just since 2018. As I said, it's not unique to California. We're seeing this all across the United States. But once again, California is doing what we do best, and that's trying to be on the forefront of trying to solve for this. And that's why I signed a pair of bills, SB 1087 by Senator Gonzalez and AB 1740 from Assemblyman Marisucci. We're going to get to the root cause, at least one of the root causes of this crime, and that's those brokers and those middlemen who pay top dollar for stolen parts. It will now be illegal in California to buy catalytic converters from anyone other than licensed auto dismantlers or dealers. And people who buy and sell these parts now have to keep detailed records, so we can better trace thefts if indeed they do occur. You take away the market for stolen goods, you can help cut down on stealing. It's not much more complicated than that. It's just another way, just another example of how we're leaning in to reduce crime in this state and keep Californians safe.
So, you heard what your governor has said. Now, will this actually change anything? People are always going to find ways, man. People are always going to find ways. Classic example is if a thief really wants your car, he's going to get it one way or another. He's going to get it. The mind is such an amazing thing. Your brain is like a supercomputer that is consistently, operating, it's not really operating at maximum efficiency, but it's consistently operating. It's consistently thinking ways for you to solve different problems that you may come up with. So people are going to find ways to go around this ban or whatever. So the first time that you do this, your first offense, if you're a recycler and you're buying, you know, um, these catalytic converter from a suspicious person, your first offense is going to be $1,000 fine. Your second offense is going to be $2,000 fine. Your third is going to be a $4,000 fine, as well as your license may be temporarily suspended. Now, what's stopping any of these thieves to steal all the catalytic converters as they can? They can steal as much as they want, and they can just go out of state, because this isn't a state issue thing. It's only here, and some other states have also passed similar legislations where they will, you're not allowed to sell, or you're not allowed to buy, catalytic converters from certain people that you has to have like a paper trail. You have to have a paper trail. Who's this person? Who's selling it? Where's it coming from? Blah 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 blah. So something needs to be done there. As long as other states are allowed to, they don't have something like this in place, you can just, like I said, just get a box truck, steal a bunch of these catalytic converter, toss it in the box truck, drive it to Arizona, Nevada, or wherever, one of those states. You're still making a shit ton of money. Now, if you get caught, you get what you get. If you get killed, whatever, you deserved it. It's your fucking fault. You chose this. Jesus Christ! I just look at it's 97 degrees outside. It feels good and good as hell in here, though. But anyway, back to the task at hand. Now, the government has said some interesting things, but why does there need to be two different legislations, though? They both seem similar. One is from the, the assembly members, or one is from the Senate, and one is from the assembly. Two different propositions or legislations. So here you go. I have it pulled up right here. And it's a lot of, bureaucracy speak here. But the fact that, the state of California recognizes there's a problem, and and they're addressing it. That's huge, huge, huge. Not that it's gonna, it might reduce it just a tad bit and making it a little bit difficult for thieves to think twice before deciding to steal your precious catalytic converter, which is, it's really expensive, especially here in the state of California where emissions are very, very strict. So, a catalytic converter might cost, anywhere from, 500, and that's that's rare, to like $2,000, and that's to replace it. So guess who has to put up that bill? The insurance company does. I wouldn't be surprised if insurances had some sort of influence to force, state of California legislations or any of these people, and make sure that they have something in place so they can protect themselves, so they don't have to fork out that money, because insurances do not like to pay at all if they don't have to. They'll find a way to not pay, even though you pay them every single month, but they will do their best to not pay if they don't have to. So I wouldn't be surprised if this bill is somehow influenced by some of the insurance companies and they're tired of paying all this money. But to me, people will always find ways to, you know, make money instead of just working for things that you want in life and do better. Some people choose to go the easy route, steal, robberies and doing all these different things that are gonna get you nowhere but a four wall and the cot. Ah, but anyway, I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to know more about this new legislations. There's two. SB 1087 and then the AB 1740. It goes pretty much in detail on who can buy and sell, catalytic converters. So yeah, man. So if you decide to sell your catalytic converter, you would need your papers. You would need to prove that you own it, and I'm sure they'll get all your information, your driver's license number. But I don't even know if you can. I think it's mostly just buying it from dealers or whatever. I think they're not gonna be buying it from people. I don't know. I don't know. The bill would prohibit any person from purchasing a used catalytic converter from anybody other than certain specific specified sellers, including an automobile dismantler, automotive repair dealer, or individual possessing documentation. So I guess if you own your individual individual possessing documents. So if you have documentation that you own the said catalytic converter, then I guess you can sell it to somebody as specified that they're a lawful owner of the catalytic converter. A violation of this provision would be infraction punishable by a fine as specified. Hey, at least the good thing here is no jail time, especially if you are one of those dismantlers or recycle that taking these stolen catalytic converters. You're not going to be tossed in jail. I think they should have included a jail sentence here, because I think the fines are still not enough. I think the fine should be at least more. Make it more stiff penalties. 2,000, maybe like 5,000 and $10,000 for your third offense. Make it so it's it's not worth it. It's not worth for you to gamble making this money, because if you steal, like, I think a catalytic converter, I'm not sure how much you know the precious metal is worth, but I know damn well one catalytic converter precious metal is not worth 10 G's. So if you make the penalty more severe, they will not be able to do it. They will not take the chance. It's not worth it. But $1,000, that ain't shit. 2,000, 4,000, that ain't shit. I'm thinking like 2,000 for your first time, and then 5,000 for your second time, and then you do it again. I charge you $10,000 from the state and suspend your license as well too. So you got to hit them in the pockets, and you got to hit them hard. I feel like this is just a slap on the wrist. Now, will this deter thieves from stealing your catalytic converter? Hell no. They're still gonna be stealing. They're still gonna be stealing your catalytic converter. They'll just find other means of of getting rid of it. I think that also the fact that they can keep the records for up to, I think they have to keep the records up to 2 years before they can get rid of the records of said sale or whatever. So time for you guys to find something else to steal. And also, if you have any of these vehicles, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I guess these vehicles are the hot ones. I know the Prius ones are extremely popular, including targets Cadillac converter theft, including the Chevy Silverado, Ford F Series pickups, the Honda Accord, CRV, and the Toyota Camry and the Prius. So these are the hot vehicles. Um, and also these are other states that are not playing those games. Texas, Minnesota, Washington, Illinois rounded out the top five, but the problem is still nationwide. Agreed. I think that nationwide, I think they should all incorporate the same sort of guidelines and sort of rules, because once you institute that kind of rules, then it will deter people from actually doing it because you can't really sell it anywhere. But there's still states that are allowing you to, you know, yep, it's not gonna solve the problem. The best thing you can do is either park your car in a well lit area, um, put it in a garage if you can, if you have one. Um, I don't know, maybe put a security system in the car, in the outside. Maybe it's filming, or I don't know, man. You got to do something in order to protect your property because these Catalytic converters are extremely rare and they're expensive. Not rare, but they're extremely expensive to replace if it is stolen. Let me give you an idea how much a replacement for a Prius Catalytic converter costs. All right, so this is just one example of how much a Prius catalytic converter is. You're paying $1,500 for a catalytic converter, which is absolutely crazy. These things are expensive, and it's required for you to have it in your vehicle. It is illegal for you to remove a catalytic converter from said vehicle. It's for your emissions. Yeah, and I think the average cost in order for you to sell the said stolen property are between 300 to 1,500. But these are just numbers. Who really knows the actual numbers and how much they actually, if you decide to sell your catalytic converters to a scrapyard, how much you're going to be getting for it. This is just fictitious numbers. It just depends on the business, I guess. But at least they're doing something. I can commend them for that. Um, Other than some other states that aren't doing shit, I think it needs to be a nationwide legislations be put in place in order to prevent this from happening. But you know, it's all about cash money. Somebody's hand they gotta be rubbed. Somebody's hand gotta be rubbed together in order for them to do anything. And like I said, I'm just speculating here. I think the insurance had a little bit of an influence on this legislations getting passed, and hopefully it is a ripple effect and more states jump on this. Then you will kind of prevent this from happening and make the penalties more severe. In my opinion, once the penalty is severe, then it's no longer worth it for business to take that kind of risk. It's not worth it. But anyway, this is somewhat unbiased, and I will see you in the next one. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm out.